Blockchain is like a public and digital ledger, not very different from the bank passbooks we used to have, where all deposits and withdrawals were recorded. With blockchain technology, instead of one person's passbook, it's everyone's passbook, all those who transact in Bitcoin. This passbook, which is a text ledger, is made up of blocks. These blocks form chains and cannot be altered. The set of blocks that make up the chains of a public and universal record of Bitcoin transactions is the blockchain. That's the blockchain. The other key part to understand is, who adds this kind of information? What are miners? That is to say, every time a transaction in Bitcoin occurs, anyone with a very powerful laptop can try to be the one to validate that transaction. And the person who validates the transaction, who is a miner, receives a reward. Because validating a transaction means solving a mathematical problem as quickly as possible. The miner who reaches the goal first receives Bitcoin as a reward. Halving has to do with the reward given to these miners, what they are paid for solving that mathematical problem. Basically, what we are talking about is how much we pay each miner for uploading a block to the blockchain chain. And originally when Bitcoin was born, the reward was huge. 50 Bitcoins were paid every 210,000 blocks that are uploaded to the chain. The reward is cut in half. In other words, the first miners received rewards of 50 Bitcoins. Then when the first halving occurred, which is to halve the reward, the miners started receiving 25 Bitcoins, then 12.5 Bitcoins, then 6.25 Bitcoins, and now a new halving is going to occur, which usually occurs every 4 years, with the result that the reward for miners will be 3.125 Bitcoins. The reason for doing this is to have fewer coins circulating every time, so that what happens with our usual money, euros, pounds, dollars, that lose purchasing power, does not happen. By having a monetary mass that grows slower and slower, it is possible to maintain the value of Bitcoin, and that over time it continues to rise. And what happened in previous halvings? We have 3 previous cases. On all 3 previous occasions, Bitcoin has risen a lot in percentage terms after the halving occurred, and the same is expected to happen. Also, at the beginning of this year 2024, 11 ETFs on Bitcoin were approved by the SEC, Security Exchange Commission of the United States. This means that if before people who bought Bitcoin did so with a bit of fear, not knowing what will happen because it is not regulated, now there may be more traditional investors, since there is a guarantee from the United States Security Exchange Commission that allows you to buy it much more calmly. So it is assumed that demand will be higher and Bitcoin should rise, but no one has any guarantee about this. If you don't want to miss any news and learn about blockchain technology easily to achieve real financial freedom, subscribe and click on the bell to not miss any content. Until the next video.